What can Chapter 7 do for you? Hi, I'm Darrell Castle. I'm an attorney licensed to practice law in the state of Tennessee, and on this video today, I'm going to answer that question for you. What can Chapter 7 do for you? And the first, most obvious thing it can do for you is it can get rid of all your debts. It can take all your debts, the things that have plagued your life, all that stuff that you've carried around with you that perhaps somebody's been suing you on. It can get rid of all of that legally so that you are legally absolved from having to pay it back and you never have to worry about it. Again, that's one thing that Chapter 7 can do for you. It is a life-changing type of chapter if you use it appropriately. Sometimes people come to me and they have a lot of credit card debt, they have a lot of medical debt. There are still people in this day and age who have catastrophic medical losses that they just simply cannot pay for and they're uninsured. And Chapter 7 is the only way out for them. It is good for that, like a trump card for debt, I guess you could say. But it can discharge all of your dischargeable debt. And by that I mean there are some debts that cannot be discharged in bankruptcy. Student loans would be a good example. You can put student loans in Chapter 13 and pay them back that way and control them, but you cannot discharge them in Chapter 7. Chapter 7 is a very powerful weapon, though. It can get you out of so many jams, a bad business decision. Let's say you moved into an apartment or a home, or a rental apartment, a rental home, and for one reason or another you had to break that lease and you still owe quite a bit of money. It can take care of that. Let's say that you had a car that for one reason or another was repossessed, or you voluntarily gave it back and now you owe a bunch of money, which is very common, $10,000, $15,000 sometimes, still owing on a car that you don't have anymore. Chapter 7 can help you with all of that. It is a life-changing chapter, and it's something that you might want to consider to resolve the financial problems that you've been dealing with, living with, and bearing the burden of for so many years. I'd suggest you take a good look at that, folks. Call me about it. You'll be glad you did.